Some amazing things happen in your body when you stop eating sugar. And I don't just mean weight loss. I'm talking about changes you'll see in your brain, your energy levels, your skin, and even your mood in just 14 days. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happens when you quit eating sugar for 2 weeks. We'll talk about the fat burning switch, withdrawal symptoms, and the benefits that most people don't even know about. I'm also going to share some tips with you to make the first 3 days easier, because that's when most people quit. So what's really happening when you stop eating sugar? What happens is your body starts using fat for fuel instead of sugar for fuel. You're moving from sugar burning to fat burning. Sugar is like lighter fluid. It's quick to ignite, but it burns out really fast. Fat is like a log on the fire. It takes longer to light, but once it's burning, it's going to give you steady energy and steady fuel. This shift usually takes about 3 days in most people. And spoiler alert, you're gonna feel symptoms. You're probably gonna have some cravings. You're gonna have some irritability, maybe some brain fog. But that's just your body screaming for its old fuel. Once you get past that, it's smooth sailing. The 2 things I recommend to alleviate that is taking a good multivitamin, and I'll put a QR code up there in the corner you can click on, and a discount code for you in the pinned comments. And you also need electrolytes. I'll also put my recommendation for those in the description, including one that you can make yourself. You need the support of vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes to support your energy and stabilize your blood sugar. It's going to make the transition a whole lot smoother. And I'll tell you why that happens in just a minute. That's the bad part. Now let me tell you the 7 benefits you're going to experience when you cut out sugar for 14 days. Number 1, you're going to lose your appetite for sugar. Every time you eat sugar, insulin spikes to push it into your cells and get it out of your bloodstream. Then your blood sugar crashes. That crash is what makes you crave more sugar. When you quit sugar, you're going to break that cycle. Within days, that roller coaster slows down, and suddenly your sweet tooth is not in control of your life anymore. I've had people telling me that they went from sugar-filled desserts every night to forgetting about sugar altogether in just 2 weeks. If you're having trouble with that, of course, I've got a bunch of great dessert recipes that are sugar-free for you. You can find those all over my channel. The second thing that's going to happen, you're going to feel less hungry. Sugar is the reason you feel hungry all the time. It tricks your body into thinking it needs more fuel, even when it doesn't. That's why if you eat a steak, you reach a point where you're like, I cannot eat more steak. But you can seemingly eat all the dessert that you want and just keep going and you never feel full. When you stop eating sugar, your blood sugar levels flatten out. You're not riding those highs and lows anymore. That means fewer cravings, longer stretches between meals, and here's the big one. You're going to naturally eat less without even trying. And that's a big reason why weight loss is going to occur. There's another one we'll talk about in a minute. The third thing that's going to happen to you when you cut out sugar for 14 days is you're going to have less fatigue. That post-lunch crash that you feel every day where you're so tired, you feel like you need to take a nap, gone. The naps after every meal feeling is gone. When I used to eat oatmeal every morning, within an hour I was ready for a nap, even first thing in the morning. That's the sugar and the carbs. Once you're off of that, you stop feeling like you need to shut down every afternoon. Your energy becomes steady and not spiky. The fourth thing that's going to happen when you stop eating sugar, you're going to lose excess water and fat. So if weight loss is your goal, this is for you. Now this is cool. What actually happens is for every gram of stored sugar in your body also hangs on to 3 grams of water stored in the fat cells. You cut out the sugar and your body dumps that water weight fast. That's why a lot of people lose anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds in the first week. It is part fat, but it's mostly water. That's also where the electrolytes come into play, because the electrolytes are stored in your cells, and when your body starts dumping that excess water, the electrolytes go with it. That's why it's so crucial to replace those so that you don't get those unpleasant withdrawal symptoms as much, if at all. You're going to look leaner, less bloated, and you're going to start being able to tell that your clothes are starting to loosen up a little bit. And that's even before the fat loss really kicks in. I know some of you have got to check that scale, but I would recommend that you don't. Just see how your clothes start to fit, and that is the best advice I can give you. The most nutrient-dense food on the planet isn't kale. It's liver. But most of us never eat it anymore, missing out on crucial vitamins and minerals our bodies are designed to thrive on. That's why I created Primal Nutrition grass-fed beef liver from grass-fed cattle made in an FDA-registered facility, and every single batch third-party tested for purity and potency. And all this from a company I trust, Primal Nutrition, because I built the company. Real nutrients, just the way nature intended. Make sure you click the QR code over here to check it out for yourself and use code SOUTHERNKETO at checkout for an additional 10% off. Now, back to the video. The fifth thing that's going to happen to you when you cut out sugar, you're going to have an enhanced mood and enhanced cognitive function. That brain fog is going to start to lift. See, sugar highs and crashes don't just affect your energy, they also affect your brain. When you quit, you're going to be less irritable, you're going to have fewer mood swings, and you're going to have more stable focus. You're not just calmer, you're sharper. It's like cleaning your windshield and being able to finally see the road clearly. Now, if you have more brain fog in the first 3 days, you're not doing anything wrong. A lot of times that happens. Then all of a sudden, it's like a light switch goes off and it's clear and crisp. The sixth thing that's going to happen when you stop eating sugar is your skin's going to start to look better. Sugar fuels inflammation, and that shows up in your skin. Things like acne, dryness, puffiness. Your skin may even be dull. After just 2 weeks without sugar, and the benefits will get even better the longer you go, a lot of people are noticing their skin's glowing, fewer breakouts, less redness. Your collagen actually lasts longer without sugar breaking it down within your body. So you're not just healthier, you even look younger. The seventh thing that's going to happen when you stop eating sugar, and this is a biggie, you're going to have less stiffness, less pain, and less inflammation. Sugar drives inflammation throughout your whole body. The inflammation shows up as stiffness, sore joints, headaches, and even conditions like plantar fasciitis. When you cut out the sugar, inflammation drops. Within just days, you're going to notice that you don't creak when you get out of bed in the mornings. Mine was really bad walking downstairs. I felt like some mornings I was 90 years old and my knees were going to give out. I just thought that was a normal thing. No, it is not. You're going to notice a tremendous difference in that. If you're working out, you're going to be less achy after working out. If you suffer with migraines, you'll notice less migraines. Inflammation is the cause of most of these things and chronic disease. Imagine waking up in the morning and not thinking you have to stretch for 10 minutes just to get moving. It's an amazing feeling. Now, after these things happen, this is where the magic happens. When you quit sugar, your body finally gets the message to burn the fat that it's stored for fuel. Within just days, you start building the enzymes that let you use fat for fuel instead of sugar. By this point, you're producing ketones. What does that mean? That means your energy is going to become stable because fat is a slow and stable energy. Your insulin sensitivity is going to improve, which lowers the risk for type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and many other conditions, and metabolic syndromes. The fatty deposits in your liver are going to start to clear out. Fatty liver is even happening to children now at an alarming rate because of the standard American diet and the foods that we're choosing to feed our children or what they choose on their own to put in their bodies. Less sugar, less fatty liver. Your kidneys are going to get a break because your body's shedding excess water and excess sodium. This is why people that cut sugar don't just lose weight. They actually change where they're burning it. The most dangerous fat is the fat around and inside your organs. That's the first thing that you start losing. You can feel good about knowing you're losing that dangerous visceral fat instead of just a little excess fluff under your skin. And here's the part that almost nobody talks about when you're talking about quitting sugar. Besides the obvious, quitting sugar is going to build the enzymes to run your body on fat fuel, which is a more efficient and cleaner burn. It's going to reduce inflammation not only throughout your body, but in your arteries, which is going to lower your risk of heart disease. You're actually going to start to grow new brain cells, neurogenesis. That happens in the part of your brain called the hippocampus, which is responsible for learning and memory. So you can improve your memory and improve the way you learn by cutting out sugar for 14 days. Like I said, you're going to clean out that fatty liver, reversing one of the fastest growing conditions in the world right now. And all this happens in just 2 weeks, and that's just the beginning. Once you start feeling great and realizing the benefits of this, you're going to want to continue. But why 2 weeks? 2 weeks is long enough for your taste buds to reset themselves. After 14 days, natural foods like fruits begin to taste sweeter. Processed junk is going to start to taste too sweet, maybe even disgusting to you. That's why now I can get away with a handful of blueberries where I could eat 2 to 3 Snicker bars before. I thought blueberries were bland, strawberries bland. Now you can taste how delicious they really are because your taste buds are not blown out from getting addicted to sugar. 14 days is also enough time for your hormones to reset. Things like insulin, leptin, and ghrelin, your satiety hormones, they all have a chance to rebalance, which means better hunger signals, better satiety, and less fat storage. Remember, insulin is the key to all this. Lower your insulin and the rest will follow. So when you quit sugar for 14 days, you're going to lose cravings, you're going to lose that constant hunger, and you're going to lose the fatigue, the breakouts, the bloat, the stiffness, and the brain fog. You're going to gain energy. You're going to gain focus. You're going to be burning fat. Your skin's going to be glowing. And you may have a sense of control that you haven't had in many, many years, if not decades. If 2 weeks can do all that, imagine what a month can do. Imagine what 6 months can do. Imagine what a year can do. So my challenge to you, give this a try. 14 days, no added sugar. Read your labels. You're going to be surprised where sugar hides. I've got other videos about that, but watch out for sugar. Watch out for high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup. We can talk about carbs in another video. But if you take that challenge, see what happens. You may never want to go back. Have you ever tried quitting sugar? What did you experience first? What are the benefits you continue to experience now? Leave that down in the comments for people that are considering it, because it can truly change your life. I want to hear all your stories. Stay healthy, cut out the sugar for 14 days, and I'll see you in the next video.